Since my Kingmaker review video, I have been getting a lot of questions, and a lot of these questions can be answered right here in this video. So one of those main questions is, how do you use Kingmaker? How many pills do you take, and when do you take it? So each serving has 5 capsules. Now, I know it's a lot of capsules, but for me, I can take 5 capsules, no problem. But for you, you should be like, if you can take 5 capsules all at once, I recommend it. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you can take two, then 1, or you can take 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, anytime during the day. It doesn't really matter about the timing, but there is one thing you should know. I would recommend taking this before your workout because this has nitric oxide type of ingredients that help with blood flow. So taking this, timing it right before your workout, and going to go to work out like half an hour before or an hour before, or even 3 hours before is fine, and take all 5 capsules and you'll be set to work out. So think of this as a pre-workout. And you might also be wondering, should you be taking this on an empty stomach? I would recommend it. There isn't anything in here that would be beneficial taking it with food, unless it's zinc and magnesium. But honestly, I've taken these on an empty stomach. It's been fine for me. But it depends also on how you react. So if you cannot take 5 capsules and you cannot take this on an empty stomach because for whatever reason, maybe you feel nauseous or it's too much to handle all at once, then I recommend splitting it, taking it on a partially full stomach. You know, when you work out, I would recommend having an empty stomach, but that depends on your preference. Taking all 5 capsules and before your workout on an empty stomach would be ideal. But if you need to eat something like a banana or a meal, then you can take this with your meal if you need to. But empty stomach would be ideal just because it would be more beneficial for your performance in the gym. And how long should you be taking this for? So 1 bottle is 24 days. You could take this 5 times a week and take the weekend off, and you would still get benefits from this. There's no problem in taking Kingmaker every day, but that would only last you for 24 days. And the benefits from these ingredients do last, even if you take a few days off from it. Taking 1 day or 2 days off a week from taking this is completely fine. And for a maximum type of cycle, I would recommend taking 2 months, like 48 days, 2 bottles worth, but then it gets expensive. And I will get to cheaper alternatives near the end of this video. But ideally, at least taking this for 1 bottle, straight. Don't take any long breaks. 2 days maximum off if you want to make it last a little longer, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, side effects, there are some, but overall, it's a natural type of testosterone booster. It's very safe, but there are some people that may have some reactions to these ingredients. And based on my experience and based on what I've heard from my friends who have taken similar ingredients, one ingredient here may give side effects, and that's ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, it works really well at reducing stress, but maybe too well. Like over time, if you're taking this and you're reducing stress and it's like you're reducing your cortisol all the way to 0 and you have no stress, it puts you in this like zombie-like mode. And some people complain over long-term use. When it comes to months of using ashwagandha, there are some emotional bluntness, let's say, like where your emotions are flat. You don't feel sad, happy, stressed. You don't feel anything. And this can be a problem for some people. I've had friends who've had anxiety attacks from this over time, just from taking it months at a time. But over a month use, 2 months use, and then taking a month off or 2 months off, you should be safe. But keep in mind, there are some people that may react this type of way to this type of ingredient that can reduce stress so well, ashwagandha, that it can be a problem over time. You need stress. Stress is natural. Of course, not like overly stressed, but at some point you need some certain level of stress to get you going, to give you motivation and stuff. This comes down to the individual. Pay attention to yourself. If you notice anything negative, you can stop and you should be fine over time. But in some rare cases, maybe you may need to consult a healthcare professional. I'm not a doctor. I just give advice based on my experience And so side effects could be like that, but everything else is natural. Ashwagandha is like the biggest thing I would think from looking at these ingredients. What is this good for? Is it good for muscle gain, fat loss? Is it good for performance? There is one thing that's really good for, and that's muscle and strength gains. Now, if you're trying to lose fat, this will still be beneficial. Taking something that can increase muscle and strength while you're on a diet or you're in a calorie deficit, super beneficial. And this should help you maintain your strength at the very minimum. But of course, some people may react differently. Testosterone and EGstone are famous and hyped up to be strength and muscle boosters, but they're still under research and there's not a lot of research behind them. And the studies that are available on these two ingredients show promise, but it's not completely. It's not like we shouldn't be depending on these studies because they're not fully dependable, and there's so many very factors that come into play with these type of ingredients. But it shows promise, and it's an experimental type of ingredient, but it's not proven to be more effective than let's say creatine, which has hundreds, if not thousands, of studies and research showing its effectiveness. So if you're on a diet, you're trying to lose fat, you're trying to gain muscle, you're trying to bulk up, this is good for anything. This is so versatile. If you need energy, if you need to boost your performance, if you just want to have like a normal type of hormone balance where your testosterone is normal and your estrogen is normal, this is the type of testosterone booster you would take to optimize your hormone levels, to optimize your performance in the gym, to optimize your strength and muscle. But of course, this is all, the muscle and strength part is experimental. It's not promised. Like some people will react, just spit a little bit there, but some people will react differently, right? So this will help maximize, let's say, hormone balance. It's not going to give you TRT-like results. It's not going to give you steroid-like results, but it'll help optimize your natural hormone levels, right? So stacking, what should you stack this with? You can use a pre-workout. I have a pre-workout list on my website for the best pre-workouts. You can use anything with caffeine or non-caffeine. It's up to you. But I would recommend at the very minimum, use something with citrulline, which can boost nitric oxide levels. Caffeine, it's a proven energy booster. And creatine, proven once again to work really well. And stacking this, honestly, you don't need to stack anything except a pre-workout or a creatine, and of course protein powders if you need to increase. You should be optimizing your diet as well. So if you're not getting enough protein, get your protein from supplements or your diet, and optimize everything. I have workout programs. You can check out the links in the description for that. For workout programs, I give you something for free. And if you need to consult me, I am offering free consultations right now. So get on that if you want. There's a link in the description, or go to fitfrick.com/coaching, and I'll give you a free session where other trainers would charge you hundreds, if not thousands, for something like that. I'll give you free information on what to take, your supplements, your workouts, how to optimize everything, how to optimize your hormone levels and stuff. But yeah, if you do want cheaper alternatives, there are some. There's one called Macho. I do have a review video on that. Macho is nearly half the price of this, and it is super well done. It doesn't have EGstone or testosterone, but you don't need it. And it's a proper testosterone booster with everything. It has more than this, and it has more proven ingredients as well. Macho is a good one. Enhanced by Huge Supplements is decent. Vitality by Transparent Labs is good. Although it's minimum, it has some high quality ingredients. And there's one alternative to this that's about the same price, but it's just one ingredient, and it's Sapogenics by Huge Supplements. It's a good strength booster as well. I've noticed some really nice gains from that, although it's still like one of those supplements that's experimental. You may react differently to it than me, but I do have a review video on that as well. But check out all the links in the description for everything, and let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you out. Hopefully I answered everything. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you.